everyone to another Keith Urbain classic that I really enjoyed his version on the Country Music Awards and finally sat down to learn it, so I want to pass along what I learned. We're going to start with the lick. The verse is the same chords during the intro, so when I show you the verse chords, you can do those in the intro if you're not doing the solo. So we're going to start with the solo. So what we're going to do is slide on the 3rd string from the 6th fret to the 8th and catch the 2nd string at 7. So use your middle finger, it's just a little bit easier. And then you can go right back to that 6th fret on the 3rd string. Then I've seen him do this. There's a live video from New York that's very good and it's pretty cool. He rakes the strings and hits the 3rd string at the 8th fret. So if you rake, you're hitting, palm muting the first 3 strings, 6, 5, 4, and catching the 3rd string. So when you do it fast, it sounds, it gives it a little oomph. You don't have to do that. Again, in the regular recording, he doesn't do it. So I just wanted to touch on that little note that he does live. So let's start with what we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is hit the 4th string at 6. Then we take the 4th string and go to the 4th fret, slide that up to 9. Now at this point you're going to come back and bar across that 4th fret, at least from the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, because you're going to hit the 2nd string at 5 and pull off, and then hit the 4th and 3rd together, forming a B chord, or referencing a B, I should say. Alright, so all together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that B is the first chord in the verse, all right? The way I like to play it is I'm barring, just bar across all the strings at the 4th fret. Add your ring finger at the 6th fret, and if you want, you don't have to, but play the root B note at the 6th string, 7th fret. This is actually a B6th because we're leaving the bottoms or the top strings open. Okay, these are really piano chords that he does. All right, so we have the B6th, which we referenced when we came into. Okay, there's 2 guitars, so one's playing that top half of the B and the other's playing the full B6. Okay, so that intro lick, we'll call it a verse lick also, because they'll go through a chorus after the first verse and back into the intro lick and the verse chords for a measure that gets you into the 2nd verse, okay, and then the solo. For the verse, we have a B6 that we're playing with the B root note on the 6th string. I've tabbed this out so you can look it up. It's like some people put a capo here on the 4th fret and then play a G chord here, which is fine if you left the top half of the strings open. That'll give you the B6. But I'm playing it without a capo because he slides from 4 up to 9. And you can't do that with a capo. So watching him live, again, he's playing these full chords. So we have a B, which you don't have to play that root note all the time. You can just do the inversion with the D sharp over B. 6th, if you will, I'm sorry. So D sharp over B6, because we're barred across the 4th fret. I like to use the bass note. Alright, and then we're going to go to a G sharp minor. Alright, and the next chord will be an E E major 7th. So it's like playing a C chord type, but we're leaving our first finger off, if you will. So we're on the 7th fret of the 5th string, playing the 4th fret of the, the 4th string at the 6th fret, and then 4th fret of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. All right, we don't want to play the 6th string at this point. So together we have this so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then we're back to our B6. Then to turn it around, he adds a C sharp minor 7th. So it's like playing a C sharp with our 5th root. Okay, go ahead and leave your first finger on that 6th string and you can play it. But we're going to leave the 3rd string played at the 4th fret. So that gives us our minor. We've got a minor, picking up that pinky, we got the 7th, okay? So there's our C sharp minor 7th to that B. So I'll do the verse so you can see how the turnaround brings you back around. To the chorus. So you do that turnaround both times that you go through the verse, all right? The chorus, very similar chords, we're just going to add a C sharp minor 7th, all right? So we're going to do our B 6th, and then we're going to go to this C sharp minor 7th, and then to a G sharp minor, and then our E major 7th. All right, so let me do the chorus for you at speed so you can see how it goes, because the rhythm's just downstrokes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Start over and you'll come in with the, actually goes into the solo. So we'll go over the solo now. I'm going to show you the solo slowly because I haven't practiced it, and frankly it's an easy difficult solo, if that makes sense. Not a whole lot of notes, but how they're played and the timing makes it a bit difficult. So you'll see that here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what we're doing there, and again I've tabbed this out, we're going to slide up to the 9th fret of the 4th string, and then you use your ring finger and stretch your pinky up to 11. Okay, this is where the difficult part comes in, because we need to keep our first finger at 7. So it's quite a stretch there, especially when you're playing live, but again, Keith pulls it off. He's a hell of a guitar player. So alright, so we slide into 9 on 4, hit 11 on 3, and then we're going to go to the 1st string at 7, 2nd string 7, back to 1st string at 7. Then what we're going to do is hit that 11 and then hit 9. Alright, so after we hit 9, we're going to hit the 2nd string at 7 to 1st string at 7 twice. Then we're going to hit 9 to 8 and the 7th fret of the 2nd to 1st string twice. Then we'll go back up. We're going to go 8 to 9, and this time we'll only do 7 on the 2nd, 7 on the 1st, 7 on the 2nd. Because we're going to start again. Kind of slide up. so really that'll give you the solo. He goes through that or repeats it twice, and then you're into the bridge, which is just piano chords. So the chords that they do are your B6, same as the chorus, C sharp minor 7th, and then a G sharp minor, and then E major 7th. And then you're back into the chorus. Okay, so you're going to do those chords again, but you're going to actually be playing them as in the chorus. And then he'll say female, and we're going to do the outro, which I'll show you. Here's the outro lick, and then you'll have the whole song. Alright, so what we're doing, we're going to slide in the second string from 2 to 4, and then 4 to 5. Then we're going to just lay our first finger down and hit the first string from 5 until 7. And then we'll catch the second string at 9. Okay, so really that's the whole song. That's the outro. You got the chords. I'll probably do a playthrough so you can see how all this fits together, and I hope you enjoy.